back, everybody. Excuse the voice. I've got some pretty bad allergies, maybe a cold going on at the same time, so it's kind of hard for me to breathe, and I sound pretty nasally, but we'll get through it. Today is definitely one of those days where I don't know, man. I don't feel like going to the gym, but we're gonna get it done. Haven't been to the gym in 2 days. Had some family in town past couple days, and then we went to a Chiefs game. So a couple days of no lifting, and you guys know, whenever you have some stuff come up and you miss a couple days, you just out of the routine. It is that much harder to come back, especially when it's a leg day like today. Stack all that on top of mild sickness. It's one of those days. All that being said, it's no excuse. We all know every day is not going to be sunshine and rainbows. You're going to have days where shit's not going your way, whatever that may be. And I feel like that's the case more often than not. Shit's not going your way. That's just life. But you got to be stronger than your excuses, because at the end of the day, that's all they are, is excuses. So today we're gonna get in there. We're gonna hit some legs. Hopefully the gym's not too crowded. Thinking we're gonna do another posterior chain leg day, and we'll go from there. Gonna hit definitely some hamstring curls and some RDLs, and then maybe those glute bridges again. We'll get in here, knock it out, go to the store, and then probably go make a Rocket League video. So I guess in honor of the bulk, as we get deeper into this bulk, I guess we could talk about just the subject of bulking. One, there's a lot of talk about bulking being vaulted lately, as the kids say. Is that true? I don't think so. Is it nerfed? Maybe. We are finding out some more information about bulking. Dirty bulking does not get you any further than a quote-unquote clean, lean bulk, as previously thought. But still, a minor calorie surplus, it's definitely going to be in your best interest if you're trying to put on a lot of weight. The way I think about it is, if you want to put on muscle, you're going to be putting on weight. If you want to put on mass, you're going to put on weight. So in order to put on weight, you need to put on weight. You know, it's as simple as that. The other side of that is that when you are in a calorie surplus, I'm having to mouth breathe from these allergies, and I think I'm not getting enough oxygen to my brain, because clearly, if you saw that face I was just making, I've got some brain fog going on. Anyways, whenever you are in a calorie surplus, naturally your body's going to have more fuel. You're going to be able to lift a little more weight than normal. And the way you put on muscle is via progressive overload. So it's very hard to achieve progressive overload when you're in a starved state. But whenever you do have the proper fuel that you need, it's much easier for your body to get stronger. So bulking is not vaulted. Can you put on muscle while staying in maintenance? Yeah. But it's a lot easier to do it when you're in a slight calorie surplus. Anyways, I think that's enough yapping. Let's get into the workout. Oof. Oof. Ooh. Damn. Whew. All right, last set. Normally I only do 2 sets on here, but I'm feeling really good today. See, getting yourself here is just half the battle. I was feeling pretty shitty before getting here, but 2 sets in and I'm already feeling really good. I'm also pushing more weight than I normally do. Well, same amount of weight. I'm pushing more reps than I normally do. It's kind of crazy how different you feel physically, mentally, after just getting a slight endorphin release from working out. Anyways, all right. Last set. Also, for my gym goers that have allergies out there, isn't it crazy how you walk into the gym and all of a sudden your allergies are 5 times better? I'm sure it has to do with the vasodilation or vasoconstriction that occurs. I don't really remember the patho of allergies, but that's probably has to do with it. Yeah, 3 sets is enough. All right, let's see how well the RDLs move today. See if it's a little better than last time. If so, that's good enough for me. Yeah, I think that was a slight improvement. Let's see if we can do 2 plates here. Whew. You know what's crazy is that I kind of get down on myself about and I think everybody does, but I'll get down on myself about how much weight I'm lifting or how big I look in the mirror, and I'm like, oh man, you suck. But if I were to show those same moments to myself a couple years ago, I would be blown away and ecstatic. So it's all about perspective, I guess. In that sense, I like to. That's kind of that's kind of a concept that I like to bring myself back to whenever I'm feeling bad. All right, let's try 2 plates. Enough soft shit. Ooh. Yeah. That's a huge improvement since last time, actually. Last time we did 185 for like 6 or 8, and it's took everything I had, and that was 2 plates for, what, 6? Good work. I don't know if it's because of the couple of rest days or just because my muscles have become accustomed to the lift. Either way, I'm happy. Back to what I was saying though, it's not always gonna be your best day. You know, just naturally, you're gonna have good days, you're gonna have bad days. So I think it's good to take note of where you were that day. And hey, wasn't my best day. Let's try to figure out why. And sometimes there's no answer, but I wouldn't dwell on it for too long, because in the grand scheme of things, you're probably miles ahead of where you used to be. And if you showed your old self where you were now on your bad day, you'd be blown away. So good to take note, but don't get stuck on it. Anyways, let's get to business. Come on. I think that's enough of that. If you're anything like me, I know you've been skipping glute day. You cut that shit out. One thing that I'm guilty of definitely sometimes is not getting enough rest in between sets. But I don't think it's the end of the world. Sometimes you need to keep the workout short for whatever reason. So what's optimal is not exactly optimal, if you catch my drift. And we're gonna call it there. Solid hamstring workout. Get in, get out. There we go. Just make sure we hit our calorie goal by the end of the day and we're chilling. We didn't even hit quads, but there's a little quad check. You can tell just from my side profile how much bigger my quad is than my hamstring. I mean, we've got some hamstrings starting to come in for sure, but it's definitely disproportionate. Everything's looking good, but we've got a long way to go. Okay, and that's it. Good workout. That just goes to show you don't have to be in the gym 3 hours at a time to get some efficient and beneficial work in. You can get in, hit your targeted muscle groups, and get out. Now, me leaving the gym just after, what was that, 45 minutes? I don't know. 45 minutes to an hour of some good work. I feel 2 to 3 times better than how I did coming in here. It really is, most of the time you just have to get yourself to the gym. Once you get through a couple warm-ups and maybe a couple real sets, you're locked, you're ready to go. And then you can feel at peace with yourself and say, hey, I did what I had to do. It might not have been my best work, but I got in and I made it happen. Okay? And if you can do that and string a bunch of those days together, you'll become unstoppable. You'll be a whole different version of yourself. It really is that simple. Once again, I cannot thank you guys enough for all your support. We're coming up on 110 subs pretty rapidly. So thank you again. One day I'm going to be able to do this full time, and it's because of you guys here at the beginning. So thank you. It means a lot. As always, if you're enjoying the content, like, comment, subscribe. And we will see you in the next one, boys. Peace.